Hello and good morning. Today is July 18th, 2017. It's my 67th day in my second year, so I'm definitely past 2 months. I'm in my third month of my second year of hormones, so just to put a timestamp on it. While I was out walking this morning, I had kind of a thought that I said, well, that would kind of make an interesting, at least to me, video. A bit of looking ahead slightly. I kind of see two scenarios for me if you're interested in the immediate future within the next year. Come January, assuming I lose the weight, I can try to go ahead and put in my application and meet the surgeon and possibly even have my surgery. 3 months later would be April or March, and basically I would hit my first tier deductible and may even hit my out of pocket. And then for the remainder of the year, be paying the hospital back, because the hospital is going to want, for $4,000 out of my HSA, and while I have part of that, I don't have the whole thing. But the cool thing is that by the end of the summer, less than a year away, a year from now, less than a year, by the end of the summer, so maybe a year from now, I will have paid off the hospital, and I will have had my surgery, and I will have recovered, and I will be back at work, and I can look at things like beginning to build my retirement account, beginning to build maybe a little nest egg to give to Katie when she graduates school to help with her college expenses, start to repair the house a little bit, some things that you would do down the road. And then another possible scenario is that I wait until I actually have like the full amount that I'm going to owe the hospital, which would be like May, June, almost a year from now, have the surgery, pay the hospital, and in the same end result by the end of the summer, have paid off the hospital, have had my surgery, have recovered. The same situation, and again, this time next year, possibly, there goes the cat, begin to tackle those life issues, getting the house fixed, getting a nest egg for Katie's college, getting my 401k going for my retirement. And so that's kind of a neat, look ahead, and today I was just reminded of how important it is that I continue to walk, get my exercise, that I continue to eat healthily, and that I continue to live healthy. And part of that with my daughter is, again, vegetables and fruit and lean cuts of meat, all of these things that are very, very important. And I'm very thankful to God that, there's nothing that's gonna rock the boat. Everything that I've budgeted for and taken to the best of my ability, planned for, it's going to happen eventually, one way or the other. So that's really kind of cool. And as ironic as it is to say, well, tomorrow never comes. It always seems like things get put off and put off and put off. But there's that potential, okay, hey, look, January is 6 months from now. I would have to lose quite a bit of weight. I have to lose 67 pounds as of this morning. Very unlikely that I'm going to lose 5 pounds a month. Very unlikely. It'd be nice, but if you say a pound a week or half a pound a week, then, you're looking at April, May anyway, as far as me losing the weight. And while I'm walking and doing all I need to do to lose the weight, every day that I go to work, every day that I pay my bills and whatnot, I'm working towards that goal. So I guess the point of the thought that I had was somewhat I was thinking ahead a little bit about incentive for the present moment. For me, it's walking or it's exercising. It's also getting up and going to work. Um, so I thought that was just something I needed to affirm, and definitely in the future as I watch these videos, come back to that thought that, what I'm doing in the current moment, exercising, eating right, living as fit as I can, as well as working every day and saving what I can. Those things are repeating every day, every day, every day, every little bit. It's another step towards the goal. So I want to say that to my future self is, keep at it, keep trucking, keep on trucking, don't give up, be determined and whatnot. So, and the takeaway I would say to anyone else on your own journey is, you know, whatever your immediate goal is, if you're thinking about transitioning or you're just starting out, and this could go for anything, whether you're saving up for a car or your first apartment or your first house or whatever, every little step, the little steps do add up. They may take a while though. So that was a realization. The other realization, I would say somewhat, yesterday I was like, I'm still a work in progress. And I knew that, we're all works in progress. We may always be working on the next step. There may always be something else. When you're starting out, you're like, geez, I have to get through the psychological aspect of it. I have to go see a therapist, and I want to start hormones, but I have to do I have to get my letters. I have to do the time. I have to deal with my other issues. Am I gay? Am I straight? What am I going to do if you're married, if you have a child? All of those things that come into that first phase, and you're reaching for the next phase, hormones or working towards going full time. You may be on hormones, and that period of time between when you start hormones and when you go full time, you're like telling your body, speed up, speed up, speed up, and then about that 7th month, people begin to look at you differently, and they're like, Joe, pick a word, name at random, Joe, is there something different about you? I can't quite place it. And by the 9th month, they're going to know something's up with you. So get ready. It's one of those things you want it. I want it to happen today. I've been there. I've done it. And then it happens. And then you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? And you may be like me. You're in that stage where you're like, okay, well, I'm full time. I'm doing all I can do, and I'm full time at work. I've transitioned at work, and my family's cool with what I'm doing. And maybe you're thinking about surgery, and you go through that plateau of struggles, that obstacle course, getting letters from different people and your endocrinologist and a different therapist, and you're building that, and then you're looking for a surgeon, and that's a whole other obstacle course. That's what I'm running through right now. And then kind of like I was thinking, about the next stage, once a year from now for me. But once you have your surgery and you've recovered, you've gone back to work, what do you do then? I'm sure something else will pop up, right? That's usually the way life goes. Something else will pop up, whether it's a job change or, for me, I toy somewhat with the idea of a relationship. I'm not closed-minded. I'm not opposed to the idea of imagining or exploring the idea of a female relationship, but I really want to experience a relationship with a guy as a woman. I want to. I've experienced the other. I've experienced the flip. I want to reverse it. I want to be the woman. I want to be the girl. I want to be wooed. I want to be chased. I want to be pursued. I don't want to be stalked, but I want to be pursued. I want to be romantically engaged and experience that. And again, I've had some elders, some trans elders, tell me, well, kind of what you liked as a male, you're gonna like as a female. So for me, I may be attracted to women sexually, and as a woman, and again, thinking a year ahead, having the surgery and having the female, having a female plug or receptacle, I want to have that male plug experience, and I may try a female outlet. I'm trying to stay within the electrical, run it to ground. I'm all charged up. But anyway, I can't see what time is. I want to go over my time. Okay, 10 minutes. So that's kind of, again, every step, we are works in progress. That was my main thought, is we're always building towards the next thing. Or if you've reached the plateau and you're like, you know what, no more for now. With whatever you feel comfortable with, and by no means, I thought about this yesterday as I was walking. I was like, for myself, very unlikely that I'm going to hook up with anybody in the next year. Of course, never say never, right? But, my focus right now is my daughter and being the best parent I can be. And, if you're not going to have sex with anybody and you're not hating your junk, then why the rush? I mean, that's what I was asking myself. Obviously, to have a goal, it's not something I can do right now. I still have to exercise and save and everything. But let's assume for the moment that I am 70 pounds lighter and I have the financial capital to back the surgery and pay for it eventually. If I'm not having sex with anybody and I don't necessarily hate my junk, then, could I just say, you know what, I'm not going to have GCS? I don't know. I still have this shit to deal with. I still have, electrolysis to finish. I've started it, but I've not finished it on my face. I still have the translucent hairs. But again, that's, in a way, it's nice because there's so many things you could do. You don't have to be one way or the other. So we're works in progress. And then the other thing I saw on Facebook, and this is totally off the top of my head here, so this is going to be random. I'm probably going to say something that's common sense. And that is, our happiness is totally dependent on ourselves. And so if you believe in that, then it doesn't matter what someone else thinks about you. It doesn't matter what someone else says about you. And, in my travels, I've met some people who they're like sticklers for that. It's like they stick their claws, their meat hooks into someone like a parasite. And they're like, I'm going to make you do what I want you to do because you want my approval. And, I hope that for anyone, you realize if you can see that that's not true and you don't need people like that in your life, cut them loose. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. There are many fish in the sea, as the saying goes, and surround yourself with people who are your friends, and I hate to be biblical here because I'm not a Christian, but Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. Let those meat hooky psychic vampire people feed on each other. You're not going to change them. You're not going to convince them. You're not going to make them better people. Let them totally feed on each other and just push them away. There are plenty of other people out there. Surround yourself if you can. If you're lucky, I think it was Polonius, Hamlet's advisor to the king, said something, he said to his son, I think it's Laertes, don't quote me on that, said, gather your friends with hoops of steel, and those are the people you want to be. Those are your advisors. Those are your people you want close to you, who will give you a sincere and honest appraisal and feedback and everything. Those other people, let them fight amongst themselves. So life's too short. And on that note, I'm up to 15 minutes. So I'm going to end the video here. But definitely good luck to you. And to sum up, every little step counts. And we're works in progress. And good luck in your transition and your journey. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Good luck.